not sure how I feel about that.
Here I am,
Oh. Where were you?
setting up the camera.
You left me with the bunny. It's weird.
Well, I wasn't going to put the bunny on the floor. I mean, look at this face. Okay.
I apologize for my friend here.
Hello, audience. So, welcome to a new month on our channel. And
Happy New Year.
yes, Happy New Year. Happy 2019. Cheers to a better year. So, we're going to start
We're
the
doing
new
an
year
anime.
with an anime.
So we're doing Ouran High School Host Club, as I'm sure my t-shirt has clued you into, and this is Usa-chan.
He's Honey Senpai's bunny.
Yeah, water fairy over there got him a few years ago at Comic-Con. So when we decided to do Ouran High School Host Club, she got all excited because she could bring him over as a prop. Hence him being my temporary only co-host.
So we're going to start off this series with the main character of the series, Haruhi Fujioka.
Okay, so Haruhi, a bit of background. She's really pretty, but before she started going to Ouran, where she got on a scholarship because it's a rich prep school and she's poor, one of like her neighbor's kids put gum in her hair, so she cut it short because it just seemed like a big hassle. So she looks like a boy, and the girl uniform looks, at least in my opinion, really stupid.
Now the girl uniform is pretty ugly, I mean, and I like some girlier things, but this is just like, ugh.
It's this big yellow monstrosity. So she's dressed in the boy uniform, and so everyone thinks she's a boy. So she winds up being in debt to the host club because she accidentally broke one of their things, so they're using her as a servant boy.
She just went in there, she wanted to get some study time in, and she had no idea. She thought she was just walking into an old music room, but she had no idea that that was actually where the host club had their meetings.
So, things happened. They start trying to use her as a host because they get a good look at her eyes because she was wearing glasses. And her eyes are really pretty, so they get her contacts and they do her hair.
And they make her look like a pretty boy, and then later through an accident, she has to change and...
Well, no, throughout the episode, each of the club members figure out that she's not a boy.
Yeah, because...
Except one of them. One of them, he walks in, like Barry was saying earlier, she gets drenched in a liquid, so she has to go change. He walks in on her changing. He doesn't actually see anything.
Because she's wearing a camisole, but...
Yeah, it's a pretty clear indication that she's got girl parts. And again, he doesn't see anything. It's not explicit, but...
And she's already kind of flat-chested anyway, but he doesn't see anything.
So then they decide they are going to keep her secret of being a girl so they can keep using her as a host.
So she can pay off her debt, because she wants to pay off her debt to the host club.
Yeah. So the rest of the series is just the hijinks they get up to. And so we're only going to be talking about the anime, not the manga, because the manga goes on for longer.
And neither of us read it. We know some things about what happens in the manga, but like Dragon said, the manga is long. And like I just said, we haven't read any of it.
Yeah, and the endings are different. Like the manga, I won't say anything, because spoilers in case. She does get a definitive love interest, while the anime leaves it more open-ended, which I kind of prefer. Because it makes more sense to me. And I don't like the ship that wound up being canon. But that's just me.
Yeah.
I won't go further into that. So that's the backstory of both Haruhi and the show. Further for Haruhi, her mother's dead.
Her mother her mother was a lawyer. Her dad is, I guess, her dad dresses as a woman, so her dad's a transvestite.
And he works at a bar. So she does most of the household stuff, and she's terrified of thunder. And each of the boys, except for Honey, are at least a little in love with her.
Yeah, Honey Senpai's the only one.
Yeah. Well, he might be like the oldest one there, but he looks like a little kid, especially since he has such on.
Yes.
But so I think it, like, I guess they thought it'd be kind of weird.
Yeah.
But all the other boys are at least a little in love with her. It's to varying degrees, and depending upon who you ask, which ship is better, it's always a different answer.
Yeah, like we both prefer her with two different people, but
Exactly. But that's not the point of this. That's for possibly another video in the future. So, shall we start with, since we're done with Haruhi's background?
let's start with our categories. So first, does she work?
Okay. So as a character, well, in a way she does, and in a way she doesn't. Because, as a person, she makes sense, but she doesn't quite fit into her setting the same way as everyone else, because, like, she, I guess, calls attention to all the weird shit while everyone else just takes it in stride.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's part of, like, the funniness of her character.
Because she's so out of place for the most part, because she's a girl just dressing as a boy.
Well, I don't think that's it. I think it's more like her background is so different. It's not her gender. It's...
Well, that's true too, because she is, like Dragon said earlier, she is there on scholarship, so she's a...
Everyone else is, like, freakishly rich, and she reacts the same way we pretty much would to stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So it does take her a bit out of the setting, but I think it was done on purpose that way, and when you look at it through that lens, it makes sense. So
Mm-hmm.
I think in a way she does, and in a way she doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just me.
It's actually kind of interesting though, because she's basically like a pauper in a world of royalty, and you think that generally someone like that would find it more exciting or anything, but she's confused by a lot of things.
It's not so much because it's not exciting. It's just it's so out there and weird, and it's like, why?
Actually,
Why are you doing this?
well, actually, yeah. I mean, let's be real. The Post Club and a lot of the rich people.
I mean, they freak out over instant coffee, and it's like,
why are you so?
Really?
I mean, freak out in a good way.
well, yeah, they love it, and she's just like, it was cheap, so I got it. It's like, it's funny.
It is funny. And they do get excited about going to a commoner's supermarket.
I know, and she's just like, nope, you stay here. I'm not dealing with this.
But nope, they insist.
Yeah. So it's funny. So she's a bit, like, out of the setting, but given who her character is and what she, I guess, represents, it makes sense.
It does.
So that's it for this section.
So, on to our next section. Does she work in her settings?
Yeah, so it's the same thing as earlier, in all honesty, because, she lampshades all the weird stuff happening, but that's the point.
Yeah.
She's the normal person, like, surrounded by weirdos, so she's like, it's like, she's like, why?
I do like that.
Why are you doing this?
I do like that. I think, at least for some of them, she does humble them a little bit.
Oh, shit, yeah. We will get to that in their videos.
Yes, we will.
Because that's more about them than her, because Haruhi, she does change, but the boys change more, I think. Because Haruhi does become less closed off and more open. Because before she was like, I'm just going to show up to school, do my work, go home. I don't really need friends.
Yeah, but they do become her friends, and she does grow to enjoy it.
So she loosens up a bit. Like, not like... She's still pretty much the same, just, like, for lack of a better term, lighter. But the boys go through a lot more development. Because Haruhi at the start, she's pretty good. She just needs to be a bit nice. Well, not nicer. She wasn't, like, mean. It was just... Well, she was kind of oblivious to the needs of, like, the emotional needs of other people. And
she was pretty uninterested, so...
Yeah, so she became more aware of how other people were feeling, I guess is the best way to say it. But other than that, she really didn't change a whole lot. While the friends that she made became, to varying degrees, better people. So one last section.
Do we like her?
Yeah. I actually like how she's, like, pointing out the absurdity of everything.
I do too,
and her deadpan snarking's funny. I like that.
Of course you do. But no, she's really an interesting character, come to think of it, and you know, when I first watched Ouran High School Host Club, because I was watching it with her.
I'd already seen it, I liked it, I bought it, so I sat her down and made her watch it with it.
She spoiled nothing.
It was hard, it was very hard, but I managed.
But halfway through the first episode, I was just like thinking, Haruhi's a girl, isn't she?
It took everything in me not to laugh.
Yeah. Because, I mean, again, she can't even afford a uniform in the beginning, so she's just wearing a purple sweater and pants, her hair is all messed up, and she has glasses.
Well, that is actually a uniform, it's just like the downgraded version of it, because you see other people wearing it.
I didn't see that. Interesting.
I just haven't seen the anime in a while.
I know, I'm so used to the suits, though, and those ugly dresses that the girls have to wear.
I don't like those dresses. If I went there, I would demand to wear the boy uniform.
As would I.
But besides the point!
Yes. But yeah, she's still a very interesting character. Like Dragon said, her deadpan snarking is funny, and she doesn't change as much, like we both said, but she definitely has funny moments. It's good to see a different side of her in certain situations, like when we find out she's afraid of thunder and lightning.
And she gets, like, weirdly excited when she and Honey go searching for shellfish. Once she realizes that, yes, they can, in fact, find some on this beach, she gets weirdly excited. It's funny.
And then it's kind of funny to watch her tear through crab legs later.
She is pissed as hell.
Yeah, so she was very pissed at Tamaki, so...
Well, that scene, it's a mixed bag, because I get why they're pissed at her, but at the same time, like, the others made it clear it wasn't so much that she was a girl, it was more she can't fight, while, like, Honey can, like, get an army, so why not ask for his help? But Tamaki made it seem more like because she was a girl, which annoyed me.
Yeah, that was annoying.
And it's not like there was a lot of time, because, again, I don't want to give spoilers because it's a good anime, and if you haven't seen it, you really should. But she didn't, like, the thing that they got mad at her for doing by herself, she didn't really have a lot of time to go get help. She had to kind of act immediately. And again, a big part of her character is she's not used to being able to ask for anyone for help, because her dad loves her. He expresses it constantly. She's well aware of it, but he works a lot, so she can't always ask. So she's just used to this mindset of, I have to take care of myself for the most part because that's all I got.
Because she
So
even...
and Tamaki really wasn't very respectful of that. It's like,
No, he wasn't.
so I get where both sides are coming from, but
But how Tamaki handled it
yeah,
wasn't
he didn't
okay.
handle it very well. I'd be more sympathetic to his side of things
If the whole thing wasn't just... If it didn't seem like he was just saying this because she's a girl.
which to an extent I get, because again, she doesn't know how to fight. Well, a good chunk of them do.
Mm-hmm.
So from that aspect, yes, but he made it seem like something else, which it really wasn't. So it was just, I didn't like how it was handled either. So, but back on topic, as a character, I enjoy her. I find her funny. I find her engaging. She's not a perfect character. There are times when she annoys me too. So that's actually a good thing.
Yeah, because, I mean, no...
Perfect characters are lame.
Yeah, perfect characters are lame.
So so I guess that's it for Haruhi.
I guess that is. So, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys in our next video for Ouran High School Host Club,
Bye.
where we'll be talking about another main character. Bye!